Just a little disclaimer before we get into things today. This episode of Lane's Locker Rooms comes with some adult themes and some explicit language. Now back over to Harrison. Hope you enjoy.
Welcome back, everybody, to Lane's Locker Room, Series 3, Episode 2. This week, I'm joined by Luis Costa, now a BBC freelance reporter. Big-time movements from Costa.
That's what some say. Thank you very much for the invite.
That's all right, mate. This week, we're going to be chatting about the Champions League, the upcoming final, and just talking about the tournament so far this season. We'll jump straight in, Costa. You're here as my Spanish correspondent. I know how much you love Real Madrid.
Yes, you know it. What can we say about them? It was a good comeback against Manchester City in the semi-finals, and they'll be fighting for their 14th trophy in the competition in Paris. When the last time they played in Paris, they beat Valencia.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. But the last time they played Liverpool in Paris, they lost 1-0 in 81.
And Liverpool win the Champions League that year. So, I mean, just so people can understand, Costa is a Barcelona fan, so he is not going to want to be talking too highly about Real Madrid. But I think it's fair to say we can't talk down on Madrid. I mean, they've had an absolutely amazing season, really. Big Don Carlo, he's could probably lead them to another Champions League, and is that 5 Champions League with 5 different teams? I think I'm right in saying
Five finals.
Five finals.
The most by any manager, and what a blessed man getting the call in the last summer.
Yeah,
to go and coach Real and leaving Everton.
I mean, I think he's made the right decision now. I mean, you look at the Everton team, but he's transformed that Real side. Because last season, obviously, Vinicius wasn't having the greatest season. There was the trouble between him and Karim. And now this season, they've been absolutely unstoppable. I mean, we look at the Champions League. Benzema has been just the forefront, but it's the midfield. It's the midfield for me. I think they must nearly have a combined age of 100, and they are rinsing every midfield they go up against.
It's astonishing, really. I remember still when they lost to Sheriff Tiraspol in the group stages.
Yeah,
and it was a high drama. Why they're losing to Sheriff and all this and that. Are Modric and Kroos too old? And now look at them. They were bossing midfield. They got the perfect replacements in Valverde and Camavinga. And they all combine very well with Casemiro sitting when he's fit and not red carded or suspended.
Yeah.
That's my first dig.
There we go. Straight in.
Yeah. They combine very well. And I think the key is going to be midfield, obviously, against Liverpool's middle three as well, with Thiago, Fabinho and Henderson.
That's what I was just gonna ask you. It's the battle between the midfield threes, and I think it'll be, as long as all three of them are fit for Real, it'll be Kroos, Modric, and Casemiro. But for Liverpool, I think it's a tougher decision for Klopp because he has to go Thiago, and I think he has to go Fabinho if he's fit. But I'm not sure if Henderson is the right player to go for in that midfield.
Henderson has earned a lot of respect. Whereas in any other year, I would have been Henderson's not fit to play in a Champions League final. I think he's key in that middle three as well, because he covers for Trent Alexander-Arnold as well when he pushes up. So I think Henderson is going to be the talisman in a sense in the middle three as well, because Thiago's got the class, Fabinho's got the height and the speed, and Henderson just pulls his heart out really out there on the pitch.
Do you think? Obviously, we are recording this prior to the Premier League finishing. Forget they win. So if they don't win the Premier League, but they go on and have won the League Cup, the FA Cup, the Champions League, do you think that Jordan Henderson is a bigger Liverpool legend than Steven Gerrard?
In terms of trophies, yeah. Henderson's won the Premier League. He's hypothetically lifted his second Champions League.
Yep.
So in terms of that, if you put trophies on the table, Henderson's a bigger legend. But now if you've got the fan love, then maybe Gerrard will edge that. But
That's fair.
Henderson's up
That's fair enough. That's just me trying to make digs at Liverpool because I like to.
1-1.
I mean, I think another key battle in the game will be between Vinicius and Trent. I think he will exploit Trent's defensive capabilities. I think he will put Trent on the back foot, but it's then obviously Trent has the coverage. If you said Henderson and then Van Dijk, do you think they will cope with him? Do you think they'll cope with Vinicius?
100%. Obviously, if you see the first leg of the semi-final against Manchester City, when Fernandinho has to come on in the first half, and he survived. He actually coped with Vinicius, apart from the goal, where you see Fernandinho doesn't have the speed because of his age, whatever. You got Trent, who's 23 years of age. He's quick. You got Henderson, who's also quick. You got Konate, who's a 6'5" beast at the back alongside Van Dijk. I think he's going to struggle, Vinicius, in that game. Obviously, he's got the flair. He's got all this, but we'll have to see what the game plan is and how far Trent pushes up. In the game.
Because if Trent and Salah can get their connection going in that game, they will. I think they'll absolutely ruin Mendy. That I'm assuming Real will go with Mendy for the final.
Yeah, I'll think so as well. I think obviously if you compare both back fours, Liverpool's got the edge by a landslide. I think Real's defense will struggle with Mane, Luis Diaz, Salah, Jota. I'm just throwing in names.
Yeah.
And any of them could literally start the final.
It amazes me. It amazes me that Real have gone on to win the league this year. I've got to a Champions League final with how, if you look in their games, their defense don't look strong. I mean, I'm assuming, because I haven't watched them too much this season, but their main centre back partnership is probably Alaba and Militao.
Yeah.
To me, they like, obviously Alaba's been superb for 10, 12 years, obviously in that Bayern Munich defense, but he's been really shown to be caught out in another league, and having Militao next to him makes him look even worse because Militao has just been dog shit.
Yeah. Obviously, if you think Alaba's been playing 90% of his career as a left back.
Yeah.
And even in the national team, he probably plays in midfield more than a left back or centre half. So obviously, being a full-time centre back is completely different to being a full back.
Yes.
And obviously, if you got, as you said, Militao next to you, who sometimes just wanders around like nothing and leaves you at the back on your own, then it can get difficult. But yeah, they've won the league for a reason. They've been the best team in Spain this season. I think Courtois got the second most clean sheets in the league. So that's saying something that Ancelotti's done in the past 9 months working with the team, as to when Zidane was in charge beforehand. And obviously Carvajal's going to be another weak point in my eyes, because obviously you got either Luis Diaz or Mane playing out there, and you saw how much he struggled in both legs against Manchester City.
Yeah.
That could be another point to exploit for Liverpool.
Yeah, I think Carvajal is nowhere near the right back he used to be. Not that, I mean, he's never been the best right back in the world, but he's always been world class.
Yeah, he's always been class. Yeah,
it's like his legs have been chopped in half in the last year. He's nowhere near as quick as he used to be. And like you said, coming up against Mane or Diaz, who are both extremely rapid players, skillful, they're going to leave him on his ass. And I think that's where the goals are going to come from, is that side. They're going to be just ransacking that side, and they're going to ruin him.
And obviously Robertson pushing up as well.
Yeah, I would not want to be Carvajal in that game.
I would not want to get in Robertson's way. I mean, that man hits hard.
Yeah,
that's going to be another, both fullbacks again, Mendy and Carvajal. Obviously, I hope not. I want all players to be fit, but God forbid if there's an injury, Nacho will come in, who is a lot more composed, and it will be a lot harder for Mane, Diaz, or Robertson to get past him. But then he's not a full-time right back. So
no, and it's the attacking that Nacho doesn't bring. It's obviously that's what Carvajal has in his locker. If he can perform like to his best, I mean, we've mentioned obviously how they struggled over like the two legs at first in both games. They struggled in the first leg against Chelsea and then Man City.
Yeah.
They don't have a second leg this time, so they have to come out in this 90 minutes and perform as well as they've done in the second legs the last two times. Do you think then that Camavinga will be brought in quite early into the game? Because each time he's been brought on, I've seen them change and they play better, even though how much we've praised the other three in midfield.
It depends how the game goes, really. If Real are winning, then he will obviously try and burn out Kroos and Modric before subbing them off. But if they're losing, especially, then those players, Valverde, Camavinga, Rodrigo, they will have to come in quite soon because, as you said, there's no second chance, no second leg. There might be 2 minutes of other time, so you need to be on your best game. Champions League final, biggest game of the calendar, if you're a top club. So yeah, they got to be on their A game. And can we go back to Nacho, because Nacho is a man that I respect a lot because of his goal against Portugal in the World Cup 4 years ago. And he made me jump off my sofa watching that game.
There you go. Has to bring in the national team into it.
Oh yes, that's the bingo.
that is, mate. We like with the game itself. Do you think it means more for Liverpool to win than Real because of what happened in 2018?
I think 2018 is wiped off.
You
it
reckon?
has to be fresh off. It's 4 years ago. Liverpool's won the Champions League since then.
Yeah,
in Madrid as well. Not at Real Stadium, but still in Madrid. But I think it's got to be a fresh start. Forget about 2018. You can mention that. You can mention it. Come on, lads. Yeah, but you shouldn't have it on your head the whole time. It's a fresh start. You're in Paris. Your fans are gonna flock the city. They're gonna go in their thousands, probably like Rangers did for the Europa League final. And it's a fresh start, really.
yeah. I mean, the only reason I mention it is probably because of Salah. Obviously, he went off injured, and now obviously he'll want revenge himself, I think. And obviously, I'm not a Liverpool fan, but as an English football fan, I'm just because I want the English football to keep moving up, keep the high ranking, and win it. I just think the game might get to Salah, and because he wants revenge that bad, I don't know if he'll perform to his best. But obviously, he's not going up against Ramos because of obviously Ramos gone to PSG. So that bit there for him to get at isn't there now at Real.
Exactly. It's just motivating yourself for a Champions League final. Ramos is gone. Ronaldo's gone. Bell's on his way out. It's just Benzema there. So it's a fresh team you're coming up against. It's a Champions League final. You motivate yourself to win the Champions League, bring number 7 home to Liverpool. They already know they got the parade on the 29th. So you want to bring the big one, the big Champions League, along with the League Cup and the FA Cup.
Yeah.
So yeah, they gotta be at their best. They gotta forget. Konate ain't gonna care about 2018. He's gonna want to be there for personal pride to win the Champions League.
Yeah.
Being so young as well in the Champions League final.
Do you reckon they will? Do you reckon they go with Konate then?
He has to.
Yeah.
The first time I saw him play for Liverpool, I was like, God, he's quick, strong, tall, composed. I think he could possibly be in a few years' time better than Van Dijk.
Well, this is what I think surprised everyone. It was him and Upamecano from both of them at Leipzig,
and Upamecano got all the plaudits, didn't he?
And Konate has had such a better season than him. I mean, Upamecano got obviously pushed down the rankings a bit at Bayern. I mean, he hasn't started as many games as he would like to have, and he's been caught out quite a bit compared to when he was at Leipzig. And then you look at Konate, I'm not even sure if he's made an error leading to a goal this season. Off the top of my head, I can't think of one that stands out. But he's been good. I think he'll be a good standout, and it'll be another battle will be him and Van Dijk against Benzema. and whether they can stop him scoring goals.
Bullied. I think he's getting bullied, Benzema. I think he's going to get bullied. And when Van Dijk and Konate go up for a corner, Militao and Alaba are going to get bullied. They're both 6'5".
Yeah.
The only player over 6'4" at Real right now is in the starting 11 is Courtois.
Yeah. It's the size difference, I think, in that Liverpool team will counteract that Real Madrid side. And like you said, the corners, I think in the air is where Liverpool are going to win a lot of that game. It is going to be a struggle for Benzema. I mean, as much as he likes the ball played into his feet, like you said, Van Dijk and Konate are quick, so he's not going to outpace them. He's not going to get, if he gets past them, they're going to catch him. And especially with Trent and Robertson either side, it's a very quick back line, and they'll be there. They'll be on them.
Unless we see a mistake like the Eintracht's midfielder, so passing it back, and then the centre half slipping, and then Arriba scoring the goal. If we see something like that, then Benzema might have a chance, but
yeah.
I highly doubt it because Gerrard's not playing anymore.
Yeah.
So there's no chance of a back pass leading to a goal.
2-1. Obviously, we mentioned Ramos just a minute ago, and it's just something that flashed on my phone earlier. I think it's the first season in a very long time that Real have gone 38-game season without getting a red card. And obviously, it's the season after Ramos leaves.
Well, we can see where the problem was, wasn't it?
Oh, mate, definitely.
Well, they're a lot more disciplined, Real, even when it comes to the big games against Atletico, Sevilla, Barcelona. They seem to be more disciplined, and you see them in the Champions League. The tie against the second leg against Man City was very sort of. It didn't feel like a semi-final really up until Mahrez scored that goal, and then they started pushing up. But yeah, I still think about that game, and it's like, how's Rodrigo getting in between Ruben Diaz and Laporte to score a header?
Yeah, I don't get that. I think it's Pep's bottle again. Like the final last year, there is no reason that Man City should have lost the final last year, but I can't say it's his big game failures, because obviously Pep's won so much, but it's the one thing he struggled with at City. He can win the Premier every single year, but I don't understand why he can't win the Champions League.
Well, the Champions League is a lot of luck most of the time. And you can't fault Pep on the second leg, because how is a player who's 5'8" scoring a header against two blokes who are over 6 foot?
Yeah, no, you're right there. I mean,
things you can't explain.
Yeah. The big question I obviously want to ask is, who do you think will win? But I don't want that yet. We'll save it to the end. We'll just have to we'll glaze over the tournament itself.
I think most people can imagine who I want to win.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Of all the teams that have played in the Champions League this season, but this question probably leans more towards the big teams. Which team do you think underperformed the most this season?
I was torn between two teams, which are Bayern and Borussia Dortmund.
Yep.
Funny enough, both Germans. Borussia, obviously, they had Haaland, but they lost him due to injury. And Bayern, obviously, losing to Villarreal away. And then what happened at home at the Allianz, where they usually dismantle teams like they did to Salzburg the round before. I think Bayern has to take it there, because there's no reason why Villarreal should be beating them, even scoring against them, in all honesty. Yeah, Villarreal might be good in Spain and all this and that, but Bayern, they put 7 past Salzburg. 7 now.
This is what I didn't get. I didn't. I think I was refereeing both nights that Bayern played Villarreal, and I just watched some of the highlights back, and I just didn't understand how that Bayern Munich team with the quality they've got, Lewandowski especially, how they just couldn't score more than one goal across 2 games against Villarreal. And isn't their main centre half Raul Albiol?
36, I think. He's 36.
Yeah, and he ain't quick anymore. Like, I know Lewandowski's older, but man's still got legs. Like, he can still get past defenders.
Albiol's beard is full of grey hairs.
And you've
I still
got
remember watching him play for Spain when they World Cup.
yeah, I mean, it's like the wingers that Bayern have got as well. Like, you got Gnabry, you got Sané, you got Koeman. How like players like that couldn't do stuff against that Villarreal defense just shocks me.
It's again the Champions League is one of them things. It's one of them.
I mean, I've got to agree with you about Bayern underperforming the most, because really they should be in the final. They're always one of the best teams in the tournament, and they really faltered. Another team that comes close is potentially PSG, but I mean, it's too many egos in one team.
I said it in the newsroom at the BBC to some of the guys from the Spanish service. PSG they're not a team. They're just a bunch of individuals thrown in together. Messi doesn't have a reason to run anymore, because why would he? Neymar's going to follow everything he does, and Mbappe's up there being like, well, someone's going to do the work.
Yeah, and have you seen the new contract he's been offered, where he can be like in charge of who signs as a coach and stuff like that?
Yeah,
mate. It's not a football team. It's a group of people that have a massive fucking ego. Like, there's that team, even on paper, like a lot of their positions aren't world class. Like, yeah, you got Messi, Mbappe, Neymar, by far the 3 best players. But I don't see no one else in that team for me is world class. Like even Donnarumma, like he was meant to go there and be massive. He's just won goalkeeper of the season playing 17 games. Like, mate, nah, absolute shocker. Like, disgusting.
And they've just lost Di Maria.
Yeah.
They've just lost Di Maria, who was, I would say he was one of the better players over the last few seasons, along Mbappe.
If you look at their midfield, I mean, you got Verratti, but no one else in that midfield is a world-class player. You got Idrissa Gueye, who only ever played at Everton, and he wasn't even that good there. You got, is it Paredes? Paredes isn't even there, right? He's out on loan. Is that right?
Oh no, they bought Paredes. I think it was 40 million. They
do have Paredes then.
From Zenit, yeah.
You've got
Danilo,
because obviously he's world class, isn't he? Ander Herrera. I mean, at Man United he was good, but he's not world class, really. Not now.
He hasn't played for a while for PSG. I think he had a problem with his eye. I think it was an eye injury or something like that. But yeah, like their midfield is not Champions League winning team.
No, not when you compare it to Kroos, Casemiro, and Modric, or Fabinho, Thiago, and Henderson. Their midfield doesn't come close. So maybe me saying that they've underperformed isn't right then, because maybe they performed to the level they should have.
And in all honesty, I'm surprised they won the first leg 1-0, didn't they, against Real?
I believe they won the first leg, yeah.
I'm surprised they did.
Yeah, they did. They won the first one 1-0 and then lost 3-1 at the Bernabeu.
And the worst thing is that they should have won that first leg like 3 or 4-0.
Yeah, I mean, as though like it, you look at the table in their league, and they won it by 15 points, I think that is. But you look at the teams in that league. There's not another good team. And then Lille, for instance, they finished 10th this year. Lyon aren't up there. Like Monaco are second, and Monaco's team, there's no world class players in that either.
At all. You got Marseille. They bottled second.
Yeah.
I mean, if you take PSG out of the equation in that league, then it's a good league. But
yeah,
second you add PSG in it, it's not serious. It's not entertaining watching PSG.
No, it's not. It's boring because like Messi, like you said, Messi, for instance, he doesn't have to do anything anymore. He sits there and gets paid, and he can run around for a bit, pass the ball around. That's his job done.
And then after 2 years, he goes back to Barcelona, chills in his house.
Yep.
He's got no reason to carry on playing after the World Cup.
No, same with like Ronaldo, obviously, but that's like a different conversation. It's just those two world-class players, but they both have the same thing. They don't have to do anything anymore. All right, we've spoken about underperforming, so we've got PSG or Bayern Munich, and you said Dortmund as well. I think easily the 3 teams that have probably underperformed the most. Overachieving, I think it's obvious. Aston Villa, Real.
Yeah. Yeah. Even the fact that they were leading, they were 1 goal away from taking the game to extra time against Liverpool was remarkable.
Yeah.
Really, I've seen him for a few years. He's been good, but that he has not had a good 2 legs against Liverpool.
No, absolutely. He played like Karius. Like it was shocking, really.
What was he doing for Mane's goal? Where was he going?
Yeah, I know. And shocked that it was Capoue that got a red card.
Oh yeah. Capoue, Coquelin, the Premier League legends.
I mean, their midfield 4 are all ex in that second leg, all ex-Prem. Lo Celso, Parejo, Capoue, and Coquelin. And like Gerard Moreno, last year, you would have said, yeah, he could lead that team to quite far in the Champions League. This season, nowhere near as good as last year.
Yeah.
And he could he have even, I mean, you're the Spanish fan, could he have ran himself out of a place out of the World Cup squad this year?
I think so. He's had injuries. He's not performed as well. But then we'll have to. The thing is, we may be in May, but the World Cup isn't for another 6 months, which is a weird thing.
Yeah. There's still like a quarter of a season to be played this year before
Exactly.
World Cup.
If he scores 10 goals in the first 3 months of the season, then he'll be in Qatar. But as it stands, he won't be, in my opinion. And Danjuma as well, coming from Bournemouth.
Yeah. Well,
15 million.
he missed a second leg, and I think they were really unlucky that he wasn't there for the second leg, to be fair.
Yeah, he only cost Villarreal 15 million, a championship player. And he's more than likely going to be going to Qatar in the winter. And will he be at Villarreal next season? That's the question.
I mean, it's a massive question, really, because do another team jump in there for him?
I don't know who. It's hard to think right now.
Someone like Dortmund would probably go for him. He's a sort of player that fits into how they play. Like,
you already got Haaland's replacement.
Oh, Karim Adeyemi? Is that who they brought in?
Yeah, from Salzburg.
Yeah, another good player. I mean,
he's somewhat million. So
yeah, like we've mentioned, overachieving, underperforming. I mean, I think we're bang on with Villarreal. Who do you think has been your player of the tournament?
Oh wow. I love Mane.
Yeah,
Mane. And if he wins the Champions League, there's no arguments about that or the Ballon d'Or. It's got to be Mane, in my opinion.
You're bang on Mane then, yeah?
Mane, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna go for I don't like always doing it because it's like goals and stuff, but I think it's Benzema for me. I mean,
it's either between them two.
It is, and obviously it makes sense for one of us to choose Liverpool, one of us to choose the Real, with them both getting to the final. I like how the way we've chosen it. You've gone for Liverpool, I've gone for Real. But for me, it's Benzema. He's got most goals and assists. He's got 17, so 15 goals, 2 assists. He's had a cracking season. Then I'm just looking at the goals though, and you look at Haller got 11 for Ajax.
Yeah.
And they haven't played in that tournament for God knows how long now, didn't make it that far. So Benzema probably could have got more goals. But he's still got 15 goals. So he's still done well.
Was that a hat-trick against PSG?
Didn't he get did he get 3 or 2 consecutive hat-tricks?
3 against Chelsea.
Yeah.
That really got a mistake, yeah.
And then did he get 2 against City?
He did get 2 against City.
Did he get a hat-trick against City?
He got 2 against City in the first leg and then 1 in the second leg, that penalty.
Yeah. So
that alone we're counting 9 goals.
Yeah, so that means he's got 6 goals across all of the rest of the games, and that includes 6 group matches as well.
Where he probably struggled because it was the start of a season and whatnot.
Yeah, I know you mentioned them losing to Sharif and stuff like that. So
it's Yeah,
If they had started the season as well as they've ended it, he could have got over 20 goals in the
he
Champions
could
League.
have broken Ronaldo's record. Yeah,
Yeah, and
Right.
he's played like it as well.
He's been leading from the front. He's been good. Good is a bit great. I'll say great. He's been great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be too harsh.
Young player of the season then. I mean, I'm gonna go straight in first and I'll stay on the Real Madrid route. He's only 21, so I'll go for Vinicius Junior. I mean, Champions League wise, he's got 6 assists, and his stats for the season, I think in the Liga, he got 17 goals, 10 assists. So he's had a good season across everything. But 6 assists in the Champions League, same as Sane and Fernandes. I mean, that shows you how good Fernandes was to Man United earlier in the tournament.
Yeah.
But, Vinicius to me.
I think I'm gonna go for the newly awarded Young Player of the Season of the Premier League, Phil Foden. I think any choice between him and Vinicius is the correct one.
Yeah.
I love Foden as a player. What he does, how he makes City play, how he combines with Bernardo Silva and the other attackers. He does not put a foot wrong, generally speaking, and he should have got a goal in the second leg. That Grealish chance that comes off him, which is very unlucky. But I think he's had a very exponential rise since 2017, when we first hear about him with Guardiola, and he's been patient, and he's only going to get better, really.
Yeah, I mean, 5 goals and assists in 8 starts in the Champions League. It's not half bad for a lad who's only 22. And like you said, he's only 21. Sorry, still only 21.
23 next week.
Yeah,
Same day as the final.
Yeah, that was meant to be, wasn't it? Really, but he didn't do it. I personally don't think he's been the Premier League Young Player of the Year, but that's for another podcast. That's for another day. Obviously, last week me and Lewis spoke about our young player and team of the season and stuff. So I think the ultimate question comes down for this podcast, Costa: who wins Champions League final?
Liverpool.
Who do you want to win the Champions League final?
See, if Liverpool win, we will not hear the end of that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, let's do it better. Who do I want to win? Liverpool, so Real don't win. And who I think will win? Probably Real.
There you go. Fair enough. I mean, half my family are Liverpool fans, so I'm going to get it for weeks or months about them winning another Champions League.
Do not go down to Plymouth past the final. Not go Plymouth. It'll be bonkers.
It will be. But personally, I want to see a good game. I'd like to see Real win.
I want to see goals. I want to see Mane score again in the final.
I want to see, personally, I want to see Benzema win a final off his own back. Just him. I want him to do it without Ronaldo and stuff like that. Like, just him. I know 2018, but that was obviously the Karius mistakes. I don't think Benzema can hold himself too highly for that final.
Yeah, but you got to be at the right place at the right time. So
you do. But I'd like to see Real win it. But again, people say to me, "Oh, you should want the English team to win because you're English." Nah, like it's Liverpool, man. Like, I don't give a shit who wins the league between Liverpool and City. Either way, it's shit for United. Whoever wins that league. But
let's make Liverpool win it then.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, Liverpool will probably win. I think they're just outclassed Real on the night as much as I want Real to win. But yeah,
2-1.
Yeah, Real will get a goal. 2-1, 3-1. I think if Liverpool get a taste for goals, they'll score a couple at least.
Or 3-2. 3-2 would be.
Mate, you're making it even more exciting now.
Well, next week it's come around so quick.
Yeah, I think this will go out. This will be coming out the Thursday just before the final, so you guys will be able to listen to me and Costa chat shit and everyone get injured a couple of days before the game. So
Conference League final as well. Wow.
Yeah, mate. So many finals over the next 10 to 12 days.
I hope Roma win that one. and it will make Mourinho the first manager to win all European trophies,
Yeah.
club trophies, and Tammy Abraham as well.
Mate, everyone wants Tammy to perform. If you're living in England right now, you want Tammy to perform in that final.
Get him on the plane to Qatar.
100%, mate. Right. That's been episode 2 of series 3 of Lane's Locker Room. I've been joined by Luis Costa, like I've said, BBC Freelance now. Thanks everyone for listening. I'll be back again next week, but I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing, but I'm sure you like it. Cheers, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Love